What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Sniffles here to break down the Colts 20-17, a win is a win ass game against the Tennessee Titans. Let's get into it.
We some Indiana moves. We some Indiana moves. We some Indiana moves. I'm an Indiana move. We don't take 1, 2, 3. We make the f***ing rule this house. No more talk. Just win. Let's go.
Touchdown! I-N-D-Y! Anthony Richardson.
All right, so today was one of those ugly wins that you're just glad to get out of there with a win. Like 20-17. There's a small percentage of the fan base that wants to roll with Joe Flacco for the rest of the season. Joe Flacco threw the ball 38 times for 189 yards. Like, that's what we had Gardner Minshew for last year. That's the kind of games that he plays. Now, I will give Flacco credit that for the touchdown pass, the first touchdown pass he threw to Josh Downs, he went right at the new guy who came in on defense. So that's one of those, vet moves, a guy that's been in the league for over 15 years. That's something that he knows how to do. Now, I asked the Colts group chat how they felt about, bragging about holding Will Levis to under 100 yards passing. A lot of them said it's nothing to brag about. In my opinion, this is still the NFL, and if Will Levis would have lit us up, it would have been a problem. So we should definitely give the defense a lot of credit for holding Will Levis to under 100 yards. Now, I don't think the defense is fixed. They did give up that big run on like 3rd and 19 for a touchdown to Tony Pollard, which was a bad look. Like, they were pretty much giving up on a play by running a draw play, and we're going to settle for a field goal. But Julian Blackmon can't seem to tackle anybody in the in the run game today. So I don't think the defense is completely fixed. I think this was more of an indictment on Will Levis and how the offensive coordinator over there feels about him. He pretty much tried to hide Will Levis as much as he could. I don't know if Will Levis is still hurt. I mean, they're coming off of a bye week. They just threw a bunch of passes in the backfield, a lot of screens, a lot of stuff in the flats, and it just seemed like they did not trust Will Levis to throw it deep at all. And they kind of knew, like, Will Levis is going to go Will Levis if we let him do it. And that kind of happened towards the end of the game with Julian Blackmon getting a pretty big interception. Some of the things that I did notice watching the game, I hopefully they asked the coach about this, but I'd be curious to know what did they see in the film study that made them want to get Mo Alley-Cox so involved in the passing game. Like, he's more of a run blocking tight end, and for him to have as many catches as he did, I believe he had 4 catches for 41 yards. He caught everything that was thrown to him, so that's always a plus. But I'd be curious to know why they felt the need to throw the ball to him so much. Ryan Kelly got hurt. Again, he's kind of been in and out of the lineup this year. This is the last year of his contract. I'm kind of starting to wonder if this is his last year in Indy. I think he's still a serviceable player. He's obviously a great leader, one of the better centers in the NFL. But Tanner Bortolini comes in and we don't seem to miss a beat. The run game wasn't great today. It was actually kind of not good at all. But in previous weeks, Tanner has got in and played well. The defensive front for the Titans is probably top 5 in the league. So you can only do so much with a backup running back and an immobile quarterback. So I'd be curious to think what y'all think in the comments. Are we going to bring Ryan Kelly back this offseason, or are we just going to roll with the young guys on the offensive line? Because it seems like it seems like Chris Ballard knows how to just find offensive linemen. And our offensive line coach is probably the best offensive line coach in the NFL, because it doesn't seem like we don't lose a beat when anybody goes out or anybody comes in. So that was kind of good to see. Probably one of the better performances today on the offense, at least, was Michael Pittman Jr. I don't know about y'all, but I know from I got alerts from ESPN saying that Michael Pittman was going to be on IR. And then it turned out he just played, and he just made every play that he needed to play. And there was, this past offseason, I was one of them. We all wanted L'Jarius Sneed from Kansas City. We all wanted him. And Michael Pittman proceeded to cook that guy. Every pass that he made, every touchdown, Every big third down pass, every first down pass he made, every catch that he made was on L'Jarius Sneed. Like L'Jarius Sneed had nothing for Michael Pittman Jr. And it appears like Michael Pittman Jr.'s back might be broken or something. So the idea that Sneed couldn't cover Michael Pittman Jr. was a good sign for us, and that we know that the Titans don't have anybody that can guard our guys. So that's always a plus. Some of the other things that were a plus, Sam Womack, a guy we got off of waivers, apparently just locked down Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley had nothing, couldn't do nothing, couldn't catch anything, couldn't get open, never got comfortable. That's always a great thing to see. And I'm pretty sure Sam Womack is going to be on this team for the foreseeable future, at least like a 2-year contract or something. And this kind of goes into what I've been saying all year long. If the young guys continue to develop like this, if Juju Brents is the first cornerback and we move Jalen Jones down to number 2, and then you have Kenny Moore number 3, Sam Womack as your 4th cornerback, that's a very good cornerback room. And then imagine if we bring in someone that's better than Juju Brents, that moves Juju Brents down to the 2, Jalen Jones to the 3, Sam Womack to the 4, Kenny Moore or at the nickel or the dime. Like that's a way better secondary. So seeing these young guys play and develop in the secondary is always a positive. Obviously, there was a little bit of miscommunication on the touchdown between Nick Cross and Kenny Moore, but this was Kenny Moore's first game back in a few games, so that's probably just miscommunication there. Time of possession battle, the Titans won by like a minute, so I mean that's pretty much a tied in that department. We also tied in the turnover battle 1-1. Our offensive MVP, it's clearly Josh Downs. Like Josh Downs is not the wide receiver 1, but he's the guy that when you just need to keep the chains moving, get a first down, take advantage of a mismatch, he seems to be the guy that just gets open the quickest and makes plays. Like it'll be 3rd and 8, he'll make a 2-yard catch and then make a 9-yard run. It'll be 3rd and 2, catches it in the flat, makes the guy miss and just gets the first down. They call him first downs. Like, I mean, it just kind of rolls off the tongue. So obviously Josh Downs is the MVP on offense. I would give Sam Womack the defensive MVP on defense for shutting out Calvin Ridley. Like Sam Womack was literally on waivers and Calvin Ridley came in and had 0 catches on 8 targets. Like, to get that kind of production from someone off waivers is extremely impressive. So shout out to Gus Bradley, although this is probably still his last year as our defensive coordinator. It's good to see that the guys played a little bit better. I still don't think the defense is fixed, although we did get Kwity Paye back, we did get Kenny Moore back, and we played a little bit better. I'm just not sure if I'm going to believe what I saw this week or what I've seen for the first 6 weeks of the season, where we've been pretty bad and giving up a lot of yards. Let me see. Last thing. Oh, Rigoberto Sanchez, amazing punt to pretty much pin him down in the 5-yard line at the end of the game. Like, this was a pretty much all-around team win from offense, defense, special teams, all that stuff. Like, the coaches did a great job on offense and defense coaching and just getting the right players involved and dialing up the right plays. Something I did see that kind of was going, that was like kind of a back and forth between like media members and Colts Twitter, was how Anthony Richardson didn't play today. And there was somebody that said that like if this was a playoff game that Anthony Richardson would have played. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. I'm of the belief that young players need to play because that's the only way you get better in the NFL. Like we've seen it with Jalen Jones, we've seen it with Nick Cross, we've seen it with Sam Womack now, and Anthony Richardson really can't afford to just miss games just because he's, dinged up. Like, I mean, everybody's hurt. Like, Michael Pittman's hurt. Kenny Moore's probably not healthy. Like, there's nobody that's 100% healthy. And I get wanting to protect your quarterback, but he was a full participant in practice all week long. So to hold him out of this game because of, you just kind of want to give him another week, especially for a divisional game, I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm going to feel a lot worse about that if he misses next week's game because he's not 100%. Like, at some point, you got to kind of go out there and play. Like, I know we're kind of Colts fans, especially, are a little hesitant about quarterbacks going out there playing when they're hurt with the whole Andrew Luck thing and Anthony Richardson getting hurt last year and missing the entire season for the most part. So obviously you want to protect him, but if he's not going to be able to play, if he's not 100%, I'm not saying it's a Ben Simmons thing of the NBA, but it's like you kind of got to get out there and play the game. Like you can't, as long as you can protect yourself and you can make plays and you can run and do all the things you're supposed to do on the field, you got to be out there and playing, especially since you're still so young and you've seen so little and you have limited experience. And like Joe Flacco did what he was supposed to do as a veteran backup quarterback, make the right plays, not try not to make too many mistakes. But you can see how limited our offense is with Joe Flacco without like Jonathan Taylor out there. So I would love to see Anthony Richardson out there next week. I don't think there's any reason for him to not be out there next week. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about this game, who you guys think the MVP on offense and defense was. Did this performance save Gus Bradley's job? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Thank you for watching the video. If you've made it this far, drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this one.